Hey, what's up, you guys? We're back. It's part 5 of our full case profit challenge. And boy, oh boy, part 4, you sure helped us out. Not quite what I really thought was going to happen from a dollar standpoint, but I'll tell you about what I've learned so far in this case as soon as we get back. All right, welcome back to Triple Play and hanging out today for this part 5, and we're looking pretty good right now. We do need a couple of decent boxes here, but I'll tell you, we've got 2 boxes, and I think one really good card is going to just get us home for sure, just because they have been so productive. But some of the things I've learned, and I'll say this real quick before we get into this rip, is this. Some of these cards that I thought would have no value, like I believe it was episode 1, I pulled that green Miyavi first pitch to 99. I thought that might be a $5 card. I looked up comps. There were no 99s for sale. And I found a couple others that I was able to kind of estimate the value at 50. Well, I ended up selling it for 60. So there's stuff like that. The MVP cards, just the base cardboard card, I'm really surprised that most every single one of those are selling for $2 and $3. But I guess I was more surprised about last episode in that Byron Buxton patch auto. I really thought that it would have more value than $50, but you know, it is what it is. Miyavi, I sold it for 60, and a patch auto from Byron Buxton to 50, I guess, is only going to be a $50 card. So with that said, let's get into part 5 and see if we can bring this thing home today. Wouldn't that be nice, going to part 6 playing on house money? That is what I would really like. House money, part 6. Come on. You guys have been awesome for this entire series. Golly. Crazy support. All of you guys have been watching. This has been so much fun. And am I going to get in here? There's a safety precaution on this pack. All right. Get right into this. And this is another one. Bleacher Reachers. You know, I thought this would be a $1 card. Some of these are selling for $2 and $3 as well. So pretty odd. Let me get my different stacks set to run. And then we can just let this bad boy roll. Base rookies really aren't selling for anything except Drake and Nick Kurtz. First pack. Let's go to 50. What do we got here? This is getting crazy now. Chase Petty. It's another canvas, man. That was my 4th canvas so far out of update. Let's go. Great start. Great start right there. And then Logan Davidson, Sand Glitter. Oop. We've got Vladdy on an All-Star. And Moises Ballesteros on a 1990. So, really nice way to get started. Because we will start taking chunks. And these chunks at this point are going to start getting us really close. Here we go again. Bryce Harper, MVP. Could that be a $2 card? Probably, from the way things have been going. Luke Keeschel, Meyer. There's Drake base. Gustin Ramirez in there. Edgar Cuadro. All right. Boston, and how about Marcelo Meyer? Nice rainbow foil. I'll put a sleeve on that. Weber Torres on the All-Star, and Mike Trout, 1990. We'll stick Meyer up there on a little low stand. I really love that card with him blowing bubble gum. I know I've said that already. Here comes our first relic, and it's just going to be a base. Well, I say it's just going to be base. Even the numbered cards have been thin like that. So we can get lucky. Here in holiday week, I am ready for a break, you guys. Ready for a break. Ballesteros, and it's going to be a little Kikuchi. How about an all-star? You see Kikuchi. All right. Behind that, Rebalta on a rainbow foil. Oops, Ketel Marte on an all-star. Acuna on a 1990, and Vladdy on a night terror. So, and the night terrors, they're holding pretty well, and some of the 1990s too. You know, are selling. There's a lot of stuff that just nickels and dimes its way with these things. Wow, that was fast. Relic number 2. And that's another little skinny fella, so I don't know. We'll see. Matt Shaw, Dylan Cruz, Legends, Hassel. There's Kate Horton. This is going to be a 1990 relic. It is a base, unless it is an auto. All right, we've got purple. It's a Dodger. What do we have for a purple Dodger? Dustin May on the purple. And nice one to get. Nice 1990 relic. Bobby. We'll definitely take that. Behind that, we've got Rafael Devers on the Sand Glitter, which we've already pulled this, so that is a couple dollar card, which is good. Max Fried on the All-Star. Cam Smith right here. So let's take one Cam Smith and grab another. I love some of you guys call them the Black Golds X-Men's. That's pretty good. Pretty good little nickname for those. All right, so that purple, that was our first color out of this, which is surprising because this is halfway right here. But some boxes, from what I'm seeing, you end up with something really poor. And I was hoping that we were getting those out of the way at the beginning and not right now. Oh boy. Sasaki and Yamamoto have a guest in so many of their daggum cards, if you haven't noticed. All right, Darian Blanco, Sand Glitter. Kyle Tucker, All-Star. Robert Hassel on the 1990, and I like that. Nice Judge on the MVP card. I know the Shohei, I'm going to say that thing was like a $6 card on the recent sale, so that Judge is probably $4 or $5, I would think. All right, we've got another Night Terror. Why did I just throw all that base over there? Well, I'm not going to go back. That might have been my Nick Kurtz in there. There's Horton. Caratini, we've got a gold. Parker Dunshee. Set that down for a second. Ahmed Rosario. Rainbow foil. Boyd All-Star. Luke Keishel 1990. And Gunner on the Night Terror. $14.86. I would love to pull a bookend out of one of these. That'd be a good one to pull a bookend out of. All right, we've got 4 packs to go. Got another gold in here. This is probably where we pull that Drake Baldwin gold. That way I don't have to go buy it. Nick Allen just got traded by the Braves as well. My daughters are crushed. All right, who do we have? Mickey Moniak. A little gold action right there. All right, 82 out of 150. We got a blue. And that is Grant Wolfman. Or Wolf Ram, not Wolf Man. Ow! Sorry, not that guy. And one of his, I think I pulled his purple that was actually, I was surprised. It was like a $10 card, so that's probably even better. Keishel on the rainbow foil. We'll put a sleeve on him. Bubic All-Star. Verlander 1990 and Roy Campanella on the MVP. I meant to sit down with my list of black golds and mysticals so that I could see where I was at in building those 2 sets. So this one right here, guys, this is a scary rip. Hoping one of our autos, well, I'll just put the golds up here. Hoping one of our autos can really take a chunk, because this right now is not doing it for us. I thought that we were in for a great box with that Chase Petty right out of the gate. So, all right, McCutchen. Nice little MVP. All right, is this auto number 1? It is. So we'll wait to the end. At least it is not a baseball stars, but that doesn't seem to matter because some of these 1990s have not been very good either. Ivan Herrera. Great little secret right here. A lot of people don't know too much about him. He spent a lot of time hurt this year, but still, man, that guy, he produces. Bryce Harper, 1990. And, oh, please, auto number 1, we need help. We need help. Come on. Oh, Bryce Miller. Actually, not bad. Not bad from Bryce. Pardon me. Oof. Okay, here we go. Keyshaw again. There's Nick. Couple dollars right there. Shoot. Baseball Star Auto. So that's second one out of this case. Ryan Zephyron. It's weird, I don't know him. Ooh, I like a backwards Shohei. James Wood, 1990. Or sorry, All-Star. And Shohei on the 1990. I'll leave that off. And then on the back, Marcelo Meyer on the black gold. So what do we have behind old CJ Alexander here? Augustin Ramirez. That is going to be blue to 150. Number 122. 122 of 150. And Vegas Sean, you were right, buddy. There is a bad box that is in here, and we just found it. Until we come up in here and hit a nasty HFA in this pack. All right, Kurt's debut. Again, good one. I was halfway tempted to set the miscellaneous totals higher. Lorenzen on the gold. Yeah, so I was considering setting the miscellaneous higher just because there's so many rookies. And I mean, those things, you're going to get a buck a pop. And I probably should have done that. This is a first pitch that, I don't know, maybe this is another parallel first pitch. Lorenzen right there. Gold, what are we going to have here? Kurt Gibson. Pink Kurt Gibson. And rainbow foil. Aaron Judge on the Legends Unite. Like that. Rodon All-Star. James Wood 1990. And I'll take that. Aaron Judge on the Mystical to finish us up. Let me get some sleeves on these real quick, and then we'll beg Silver Packs for a little help here, because, ooh, boy. It's a good thing we've hit some Shoheis and some Judges just to add a couple extra dollars, but I don't know that we hit $100 off of this one. All right, Silver Pack help. Joe Boo. All right, right off the top. Very nice. Need that Skeens, couple bucks. Love it. And then right behind that, another one. All right, let's keep knocking some of this money off. Shohei, next. Mackenzie Gore. And then on the back, we've got Christian Campbell. All right, so no numbers, no autos, but two really good ones in there. So I'll take that. That's going to help us chip away, but now we need it. We need some help right here. All right, so on the top, we've got the Mick. And Jacob Wilson behind that. Next, we've got the Mick again. Yep, they are the same. Interesting. On the back, Pedro Martinez. So, woo, baby. Box 5. That was a tough one. We are in dire need of a monster box for this finale. We need a monster box. Guys, I'll drop that miscellaneous total down here at the bottom. And that's what we have right there. Walking into box 6 in our finale. We may not go green on a profit challenge. I thought we would have no problem going green with. So I'll see you then. Take care. Have a great night.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.